Lyle and Erik Menendez gained notoriety for killing their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, in 1989. They were 18 and 21 then. More than 3 decades later, Netflix's Monsters series has renewed interest in their lives and what led them to the heinous crime. The brothers have always claimed their parents abused them throughout their childhood, pushing them to make the brutal choice of ending their suffering by shooting them dead. But the family's impressive wealth recklessly spent by the brothers in the wake of the murders made people question their story. Lyle and Erik were labeled psychopaths, and with a guilty verdict for first-degree murder, they are currently serving 2 life sentences in a San Diego jail. But a murder conviction, sociopathic shadow, and sexuality concerns weren't enough to get in the way of love. The Menendez men found romance from behind the bars. Lyle was the first brother to get married. His first wife was model Anna Eriksson. From 1996 to 2001, they bonded through letters during his trial. In 1994, Anna moved to Los Angeles to be closer to Lyle, and they had a wedding over the phone on the day he was sentenced to life in prison. Anna sought a divorce 5 years later, claiming Lyle had been unfaithful by writing letters to other women during their marriage. A few years later, in 2003, Lyle married journalist Rebecca Sneed, whom he had known for a decade. She also became an attorney after exchanging vows with Lyle in a ceremony at Mule Creek State Prison near Sacramento. In 2017, Lyle shared his contentment as Rebecca's husband in an interview with People. He said, "We try and talk on the phone every day, sometimes several times a day. I have a very steady, involved marriage, and that helps sustain me and brings a lot of peace and joy. It's a counter to the unpredictable, very stressful environment here." On the other hand, Erik has been married to Tammi Saccoman since 1999. Theirs is said to be something of a prison romance fairy tale. They first connected in 1993 when Tammi was married and had a teenage daughter. Her husband didn't mind her writing letters to Erik, and they became pen pals. Tammi felt sorry for Erik, and he also felt something special in her words. "I saw Tammi's letter, and I felt something. I received thousands of letters, but I set this one aside. I got a feeling," Erik said. Tammi was surrounded by darkness in her personal life as her husband Chuck allegedly sexually assaulted her daughter and later confessed everything to the police. In 1996, he died by suicide over the shame while Tammi cared for their 9-month-old daughter. She shared the tragedy with Erik, and they decided to meet for the first time in 1997 in Folsom State Prison. Tammi gave up the idea of moving to Georgia for a fresh start and instead relocated to Sacramento to be closer to Erik. In 1998, a proposal was followed by a wedding. Tammi believes Erik to be a very good person, and for Erik, she is a lifesaver. Tammi has long been Erik's public defender, and even wrote a book about their relationship titled, "They Said We'd Never Make It." Neither Lyle nor Erik has consummated the marriages because conjugal visits are prohibited. In Lyle's view, physical comfort is much less important than your connection with the people around you. "I've found I can have a healthy marriage that is complicated and built around conversation and finding creative ways to communicate, sharing, without all the props that are normally there in marriage in terms of going out to dinner and having as much intimate time together and so on." As for Erik, he feels it's not the sex you seek, but the emotional connection. There is no makeup sex, only a 15-minute phone call, so you really have to try to make things work. The Menendez brothers and their partners have received severe public criticism for obvious reasons, but their long-standing marriages are just one of the many intriguing aspects of their lives. As Tammi once mentioned, "It is a different kind of relationship, but it's not less real to us." Well, Lyle and Erik certainly know how to take control of their fates, even if it goes awry. At least they have the support of their wives. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.